Could I invite Mr. Tai Vu to join us on the stage, please? Tai is a former president and director of WANGLUE. Do you guys want me to read through that whole acronym again? He's known for being a mover and shaker within the Hmong community. His strong advocacy resulted in more resources and visibility for Hmongs in Wisconsin. Since arriving in the United States, Tai has worked endlessly to advance the Hmong people. Being a refugee himself, Tai understood the unique challenges that Hmongs face when arriving in the U.S. Through his understanding of the Hmong people, Tai worked to unite the Hmong communities, bring unity, and advance the cause for Hmongs throughout his involvement with Wisconsin, with WANGLUE, with the Hmong Association. And Tai is known for championing the cause to advance Hmongs of Wisconsin in many other ways, and he has connected many of us through his charitable work. Tai has also served on many state-level advisory boards, more than any other Hmongs in Wisconsin. So this man has no time for family, but time for all his family. We'd like to present the Hmong Institute would like to honor you, Tai, with the Distinguished Community Building Award. Thank you for everything you've done. You can get the award now.
All right. Give it to my daughter.
All right. There you go.
All right.
ก็ภาษาไทยเราเรียกไทย
Can you hold it on?
Yeah.
Just hold it on it. Okay. I'll talk a little bit. You can sit here. Okay. XIONG. You know, it's so interesting that when I first came here to the United States, I lived across the Monona Lake. None of these children exist. Just me, my wife, my older son, which is her father. And now, my daughters, 2 daughters sitting there. Can you get up? No, in what? Those my 2 daughters were born here in Madison, Methodist Hospital. And then these are the grandchildren. So I think, you know, the Hmong have made a successful resettlement life in this country. I often use one quoted from one of the congressmen in the West. And this is his statement. He said, this is about the 80s. The Hmong problem in the United States, it's so hard to deal with. He's talking about swallowing a stone into the stomach that can't digest it. It was really powerful and very hurtful. I read it in 1986 when I was hired as the co-director of the Hmong Association in La Crosse. And I said, a congressman probably don't know the Hmong people that well. And I showed to the Hmong people because that really helped the Hmong people to work hard too. It's a good strategy for me. I said, you know, people say you can't succeed it because you don't understand English, you haven't been trained, and this congressman say waste a lot of public money. Today, I still saying it. I say Governor Dwyer is here, many public, politicians here. The Hmong people have become a great investment. Where today, my understanding is that Hmong people on cash welfare, it's about 3 to 4%. Where can you invest it and get that return about 95%? The government has invested to the Hmong. And I said, all Hmong and other who have come to America. America is a great place. And I say that because that's why I find people in America here are very nice brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, parents and grandparents. They are all relative, all family. I think that's one of the success that I have, in particular, coming here, being a refugee and being mentored by one of my mentor here is Mr. Bill Whitcomb. He is the director of Church World Service. His parents spent many years in India, so it's perfect for him to nurture me and help me. And he took me to the courthouse in 1979 at the end and paid his property tax. I said, Bill, what do you pay? He said, this is how we live in America. So I said, oh, that's really great. So in 1995, when I bought a home and go pay my property tax, I still remember, oh, this is what Bill was doing in his life. So I really love it. But I say this, and I'll say to the Hmong people, you know, back in China, life is move on with bad and good. Sometimes the bad really make the future better for everyone. Hmong has been persecuted in China. Wu Baiye is the name of a guy who lead the country and also kill. This is based on the Chinese movie about the history of the Hmong. So that back in China in the 1700s. In the 1800s, a guy named Pachai Wu, who is during the French colonization in Laos, who raised tax and of course many corruption through, you know, the government system and so forth. So he stood up and fight against the French government. The French are referring him to as a crazy man, and it's still on the history. And after that, you know, and here we are in the history. So the hardship that the Hmong have endured is also make it possible for the Hmong to be successful. My career for the last 31 years, as I say to a lot of my friends, it's a mission that I just been blessed to work with. And many times, you know, my kids, they said, Dad, why are you not going to the meeting in the weekend? It really struck my mind and said, I'm out of touch with my kid. But those many sacrifices that I think, you know, allow us to be very successful. So I thank you to the Hmong Institute. I said, Hmong Institute, ya itun chai la itutu, wa nuno Cheng yi neng, Daka la, Jan nie, Tian Jiao Zi, Lu Jie Lun Ji. Ye Sai Dao Den Ye Tie Zi, Yu Dao, Di Du Den Sai, Nuna Le Ji Jie Le Dia, Le Wo Dao Nie Dao Zi, Le Jan Nie Tie Zi, Lu Jie Lun Ji, Gu Li Yi De Hmong, Wo Le Jiao. I say that in the Hmong world, I always wish to have the son and the daughter to become successful in life and be able to appreciate, you know, many people before them. Today, I use that as an example of, you know, the Hmong man and woman, girl and boys who have grown up and start a business and become successful in the banquet tonight is a good example of that. So I thanks to the Hmong Institute and all of you who have participated, come here. I have to say to the governor, in 2004, he may not know because the appointment is coming from his staff, but I was appointed by Governor Jim Doi to be a part of the Wisconsin Public Health Council. He left the governor. I still serve until 2018. So it was blessed. And then I have to say to Roberta Guessman, I cleaned your office in 1979. You haven't even moved into yet. I work on Jeff 1. I met the police, I met all the people, I get lost in the Capitol, and one of the policemen in La Crosse, in Madison here, picked me up on the west and took me and said, where do you live? I said, that side. He took me to the Coliseum, he said, do you know where you go? I said, yes. So he put my bike on his trunk and he took me home. So I said, it wasn't too bad to get lost here. So I still say today, anyone you know, the policeman who pick up a little young guy, Asian, on the railroad on the west, Washington, I still say, Ty is looking for you. He probably still around. I would assume maybe retired. But again, thank you so much. I said to all of you, brothers, sisters, if we can understand that we are the same, we have a common needs in relationship and so forth. You all cry, earlier I was crying too. A lot of people said, Ty, how come you don't cry? I said, I cry a lot, but you don't see it. That's just not cry. I didn't cry when fighting with the communists, but I cry when people are dying on the road, when my brothers, sisters are dying, when people are dying, and I do cry too. So I said, even President Reagan was crying. Anybody watch his speech? And he said, I'm just a human being, just like you. So we all have that emotion. But again, thank you. Thank you so much for having us. And thank you for the wonderful dinner. And good luck to you. When you see me again, maybe down the road on the wheelchair, or at the nursing home, or at the Hmong, house, remember I said I met you at the Hmong Institute's dinner on October 2nd, 2021. Right? Thank you.
I think the board would love to shake your hand as well. Thank you. There you go. All right.
Go ahead, shake hand. You want to shake?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead and shake.
This is a man that's teaching the next generation how to do it. I love it. So, as we recognize all of our award recipients tonight, if I could ask us to just one last time give them a round of applause for all the hard work that they've done, the advancements